6 months later, Light returns to his village accompanied by a gold knight and an assassin named Nimo. But as he moves forward, his eyes were wide open in shock. He could hardly believe that the village which was his some time ago was now completely destroyed. He was in disbelief, asking himself what had just happened. But Light was only reassured by the fact that he hadn't found his family's bodies yet. First, he pays tribute to the villagers, and then suspects that someone had attacked them. He suspects that it was the secret society which had previously planned to kill Light, and perhaps in trying to kill him, they reached his village and destroyed it entirely. Now Light was trying to figure out what those people could want there. Meanwhile, Gold, the knight, advises that they must go somewhere else first, because it's very dangerous at night due to mobs. Nemo insists they will follow whatever Lord Light commands, and she had come to agree with this plan. They plan to find those responsible for the attack on Light's village. Light vows in his mind that he will find and destroy them no matter what. His aura was very dangerous, so Nimo tells him to calm down, and Light agrees finally. Light takes out a mask from his pocket that will hide his real identity and level. They plan to first go to the city of Degas to register as adventurers so they can gather information there about who attacked Light's village. Nimo asks why go to the city of Degas, and Light explains that on the surface, he is not light but dark because someone might figure out his secret identity, and she apologizes. The group arrives at the city of Degas and decides to travel on foot from there. As they enter the forest, they see some dwarfs bullying humans and stealing from them. When the dwarfs see Light and his group, they attack in excitement, but Light's group defeats them with ease. An adventurer named Carnal joins them. He is also going to the city of Degas and sits with them on his wagon. His daughter is shocked that a human can defeat a boss, and she asks if his rank is high. Carnal says they haven't registered their ranks yet. Dark explains again they are going to the city of Degas to register as adventurers. Carnal informs them that city of Degas is a dwarf village surrounded by human and elf kingdoms. They move forward and finally reach the gates of the city of Degas, where Dark's team decides to go on foot, leaving Carnal behind as they proceed. Before leaving, Carnal tells them that he has an inn here, and if possible, they should stop by. They agree and set off. Their plan is to keep a low profile as adventurers and continue forward. They were very excited, as it was their first time exploring the surface level. Eventually, they reach the Adventure Guild. But when others see them, they run away. Light thinks to himself that these people still haven't changed and still hate humans as much as before. First, they go to the receptionist to register. When Nemo finds out they registered Dark as an F-rank adventurer, she becomes very angry and scolds the receptionist, asking how she could rank Lord Dark as F. The receptionist replies that everyone starts at F rank as adventurers, implying Nemo is being unreasonable. They leave the receptionist and decide to go to the inn. They quickly head to Carnal's inn. Carnal's daughter is very excited to see them there. Carnal requests Lord Dark to reserve the top floor of the inn for an entire month and ensures no one disturbs them there. He pays Carnal some gold coins. They move up to the top floor of the inn and start to rest. Nemo asks Lord Light why he wants to be an adventurer and suggests he stays at the base to control his kingdom. Light becomes very angry, demanding if she wants him to let his revenge remain unfinished. When she denies it, Light releases his intense aura, causing everything around to tremble. Gold then asks Light to calm down, understanding that Light wants to complete his revenge alone, and apologizes. Light regains his composure. Next day, Light and the others advance toward the dungeon. Everyone is excited to see Gold wearing full armor made of gold. They finally reach the entrance gate of the dungeon and see a very long line. They learn the dungeon is very high level, which is why so many are queued. Some humans cut the line and take a spot in the middle, causing others to fear them. Light respects each of those men and realizes the three who cut the line are very high rank. Later, he finds out that currently a war is going on between the Dwarf kingdom and the Elf kingdom to control this dungeon, and now everyone is very scared of them. Light goes there and starts speaking to the crowd, asking if they don't see the line forming here. Suddenly, a hooded man tells Light, "Child, don't you value your life?" The man is ready to attack Light with his secret weapon, but his companion stops him, asking if he really wants to use that weapon here. The man refrains and leaves. After they leave, everyone becomes very excited and praises Light, saying, "Adventurer, you did a great job." And many were inspired by Light. Some kids from an adventurers group start thanking Light for protecting them and ask if the knight with him is really wearing gold armor. Light confirms it is indeed gold, which piques the others' interest. They ask if this is their first time going into the dungeon, to which Light replies yes. They inform them the dungeon is very high level, and everyone there is an adventurer, so they should bring some food. Later, it turns out Light and his companions haven't brought any food. Now it's the kids' turn to enter the dungeon, but Light and his gang have already put many items in their item box. Finally, Light's turn to enter the dungeon arrives, and they start moving inside. None of them have explored any other dungeon before, and this dungeon is elite level. Gold, Nimo, and Light move ahead. Light explains the dungeon has many floors, and as they go down, the intensity of the dungeon increases. They finally enter inside, and the scenery is truly amazing. Light uses some power-ups from his Unlimited Gacha, and they start flying to clear floors quickly to return to their world. On the way, they notice some mysterious hooded men in the forest who had issues with Light before. An elf man steps forward, drawing his sword, and starts defeating the orcs with great anger toward Light. He is very powerful and defeats all orc monsters with a single slash. He says, "I am an elite white knight. How dare that girl call me a hero? My master's name is Kito." Suddenly, his friend, a dark elf, arrives and tells Kito to calm down. Kito declares he must kill that human child no matter what. Kyoto's level is 1500. He tells Yannick, "I am a hero. I must increase my level and then kill that human child." Yannick responds that he will help to level him up. They move forward, determined to defeat the dark elf. Meanwhile, Light and his gang are killing many monsters and collecting magical gems. By this time, they have reached the 3rd floor of the dungeon and decide to return to the surface. They start flying upwards. On the way, they see a human adventurer fighting goblins. They decide to help. Suddenly, Light and his group appear below and start killing the goblins. Suddenly, a snake attacks them from behind, but Light arrives just in time to save their lives. Then Light and the others realize someone else is approaching them. Light says, "The enemy is coming towards us." At that moment, we see the Dragon Fang wolf arriving in the forest, shocking everyone. But Light tells them, "No, this is not it." The adventurers ask, "If not this, then who?" Suddenly, a large S-rank monster emerges from the forest, none other than a mantis that should have died 10 years ago. All the kids are scared, and they have no plan for what to do next, deciding to run back to the guild. Light then tells them, "So, I guess you won't defeat it. Is this our target then? What are you saying? We must run to the guild quickly, or else it will kill us." The mantis starts advancing, but Light, Nimo, and Gold are ready. Gold charges and attacks with his sword, but the mantis is very high level, so Gold feels it is dangerous and that they must fight together. Light summons a fireball spell from his Unlimited Gacha and hits the mantis. The mantis easily dodges and throws the fireball back at them. An adventurer named Ki Miyan was shocked by Light's power since she has never seen such magic before. Gold continues attacking, breaking one of the mantis's tentacles with his shield, shocking everyone watching. He then swings his sword and finally cuts off one of its arms. The adventurers are excited by the display of power. Light uses his gacha spell again, unleashing about 30 fire arrows at once, which the mantis cannot avoid. The fire hits it repeatedly, severely damaging its body. The mantis is now scared and decides to retreat. Light summons a wall of fire, trapping the mantis so it cannot escape. Miyan is excited watching Light's power. The three approach the mantis, ready to finish it, but suddenly it starts flying. Light orders Nimo to jump and slash, destroying the Mantis's entire body in 1 second. They finally kill the Mantis. Nimumo's power was so strong that initially they found no gemstone in the carcass, but after a thorough search, they find one. They decide to return to the surface, but Light says they must level up at any cost. Then Mike asks if they are one of the 3 great adventurers and if they are S rank. Light says they are F rank, shocking and exciting everyone. Mian then uses magical power to create fresh water and cleanse their bodies. The adventurers ask if they can spend the night together as their camp is nearby, and Light agrees since Mian wants to talk magic with him. At night, they camp and chat, with Mian becoming a big fan of Light. She asks if he can really use magical spells from every class. Light says yes. Mian is shocked hearing this. She explains that in this world, there are 3 types of magical spells. The first is combat magic, which only affects one location, and the second is tentacle magic skills, including Fire World. The third and most dangerous is strategy magic, used by elves, dwarves, dragons, and many others, all of whom can use these spells quite easily. However, using these types of spells can be extremely dangerous for any human. She then says, "I think Dark is a legendary human." They start discussing why they have decided to become adventurers. The main reason is that they want to earn a lot of money so they can send Mian, their younger sister, to a magical school. Dark also begins sharing his past, revealing, "My parents died in fire, so I want to complete my adventure there at any cost." Light begins to feel her vibe with Mian. Suddenly, Gimera asks them, "Nimumo and Gabad, are you two a couple?" They deny it, and then they see their elf Kotho, who is still very angry and starts killing ox monsters with his sword, a national level treasure. His companion Yannick begins collecting their gems and moves ahead on his mission. Yannick tells Kotho, "My gem collection is complete now. All I need are some of the human brains." Kotho then says, "I think it's time to finish those humans." They watch as Dark and his team go to the guild and hand over the gemstones, which are very rare. The guild receptionist gets excited because there's good profit in it. She asks Dark if he really defeated the Mantis on the 5th floor. Dark confirms it, and they start heading back toward the kingdom. Everyone knows Dark's team defeated the joint monsters on the 5th floor, but no one believes that humans can do such things. Suddenly, they meet 2 humans, Gilbert and Sullivan, who confront Dark. Gilbert questions, "Hey kid, are you Dark? I know you are lying, and you haven't defeated that joint monster." Enraged, Nimo is ready to fight them, but others stop her. Meanwhile, other species like Beast Fox and others grow annoyed with Light and his team. They start heading back toward the dungeon, encountering the same adventure again, with Mian very excited to see Dark. She gifts him something beautiful, and Dark uses his Unlimited Gacha ability to give her a double rare bracelet. They leave to quickly reach the 5th floor, defeat some monsters, and increase their levels. They fly back up, but Neimumo questions why Dark gave such a powerful bracelet to that girl. They are now back on the 5th floor of the dungeon. Nimumo and Gold had also arrived there, but then Light tells them, "You have to finish this Yeti because I am leaving." First, Light uses teleportation magic and decides to return to base, where Eli and the others warmly welcome him. Everyone was very happy to see Light arrive and started talking with him. Then, Light begins planning with them and asks, "How is my revenge plan progressing?" They tell him they practice every day but are running low on resources. Light gives them resources and says, "We must complete our revenge at any cost." Afterward, Light orders each girl what they must do, and everyone sets to work because they need to help Light complete his revenge as soon as possible. Meanwhile, on the dungeon's 3rd floor, Gilbert and Sullivan are seen talking. They simply cannot believe that the human boy defeated a joint mantis. Sullivan insists that it's a lie. Suddenly, Sullivan leaves, but finds that Kotho has already killed all his friends in the camp. Kyoto, the elf, is furious and tells Sullivan, "Humans are insects, so I will exterminate you." Kyoto had killed every friend of Sullivan. Sullivan thinks to himself that since Kyoto is an elf, it's impossible to defeat him. so he uses smokescreen and tries to escape, but Kyoto catches him. Then Unich arrives and knocks Sullivan unconscious, saying, "No, I need humans alive. I only have one alive. You killed the rest." Unich is ready to experiment further. On the next day, we see that everyone returns to the surface. There, Nimumo is fighting with the receptionist, demanding that their rank be quickly raised to S rank as they have collected so many things. The receptionist explains they cannot do so since they just joined the guild. Gold then scolds Nimumo, "What are you doing? At least award Lord Dark S rank instead of F rank." The receptionist then assigns them a new task: to kill an adventurer killer. They return to their hotel rooms to discuss. She explains that dangerous adventurer killers roam the abyss intending to exterminate human adventurers. Light and his team decide they must kill those killers at any cost. Gold suggests asking the base for help, but Light refuses. They continue planning. They realize something is approaching them. Suddenly, a teleportation circle appears in their room, and out comes Mian in a very bad condition. Light can hardly understand what has just happened. Even the bracelet Light gave her was broken. Light first lays her on the bed and starts using his healing magic. She slowly regains consciousness and starts murmuring, "Help me." Dark and others understand what she is saying, so reluctantly Dark enters her memories, using his magic ability. Inside, they see all the kids still at the base. Then a strange group of adventurers comes and tells them to leave because adventurer killers have arrived who might kill them. They decide not to stay at night, as it is very dangerous, and head towards the surface. In the middle of the night, tired as they walk, they encounter none other than the elf Kito and his companion. Kito asks, "Where are you going? Don't you know adventurer killers have come who are killing normal adventurers?" Kito realizes these are humans and decides to kill them because the adventurer killers are none other than Kito and his group. He laughs. "I had no idea humans were so weak. Looks like I'll have to kill these too." His companion orders him to capture them alive as they need humans for experiments. Kito focuses on Mian, thinking strange things about her, and she can do nothing. Kito declares himself the future hero and says he can do anything with her, which shocks Mian deeply. Meanwhile, Mian's brother gathers his power to stand and fight Kito, determined to save his sister. He tells Kito, "Elf, I will kill you. Mian, please run." Despite his pleas, Mian runs away, knowing she can do nothing to stop Kito. The brother recalls Gold's advice to strike first and then use the shield to push back. He follows this and hits Kito, who explodes with anger after getting hit by a human. He was very angry. "Can a human really kill me?" Kito slashes at him and kills him very mercilessly. But then, the elf arrives and stops Kito from finishing him off. Kito regains composure, saying, "I need to experiment on these people." Meanwhile, Mian is very frightened and thinks to herself, "I must call for help as soon as possible." She starts moving, but Kito returns from behind, and Mian accepts her fate, thinking, "I can catch you whenever I want, so running doesn't make sense." Kito approaches her, but Mian collects all her power and attacks Kito with ice dashes. Kito destroys her entire attack with a single stroke, leaving Mian helpless. Then Mian presses the teleportation necklace given by Dark and teleports to Light. We return to the present where Dark and his team find out what the elves did to Mian and the others. Kito's companion tries healing the dead children to convert them into lab pigs. Then Kito arrives, lamenting that he couldn't take the girl with him, saying, "Are you crazy? You are a white knight with a national level treasure sword, yet you lost to a girl. If she reaches the surface, she'll call the white knights, and they'll know you stole that national treasure." Kito is scared, hearing that white knights have levels around 2,000, and their new commander has a level above 3,000. Kito tries to calm down, promising to upgrade his level after completing his research. Kito wants to run to continue his research, but Light arrives, vowing, "I won't let you do that." Kito's group is shocked to see Light, as the elf there has a level around 1,500 and doesn't suspect Light is nearby. Light and others learn that Gaimra and Madi died, but Elio still had some life left. Gold tells Light, who rushes to heal Elio with magic. Light recalls memories of his past and wonders why those elves killed his friends. Kito laughs, threatening to kill Light first, then the girl who came to him. Light forbids Kito and says he hasn't informed the guild yet. Kito becomes crazily happy, believing he's destined to be the future hero blessed by the goddess, meaning nothing can stop him now. Light tells Kito, "I don't understand why you all are happy. You are my prey, and I will hunt you down. You took my friends from me, so I will return the favor." Light becomes very serious and orders Gold and Nimo to stay back while he advances toward Kito. Kito, confident it's just a powerless human, advances to attack Light, but becomes furious and attacks fiercely. Backslash. Light dodges as well as blocks Kito's attack very easily. "Is that all your full strength?" Legendary hero's words further anger Kito. Without pause, he attacks Light fiercely. Even Kito's companion realizes how a human could be so strong. Light faces no difficulty fighting. He dodges every attack and strikes Kito's ribs with great power. Kito becomes enraged, unable to believe a human boy is mocking him. Kito, furious, uses his legendary sword, Grandiose, and unleashes powerful sword slashes infused with magical energy that even Light finds overpowered. Light starts using his magic and effortlessly dodges all attacks. Kito tries a surprise attack, but Light dodges that too easily. Light grows angry, and Kito accuses him of cheating, saying Light claimed to be a mage, but fights like a warrior. Light denies and affirms he is a mage. Light then uses Ice Wall magic, astonishing Kito and his friends since it's an S-rank spell. They cannot believe Light invented this magical spell without enchantment, and uses an Ice Wall as a shield. Kito questions, "How can a future hero lose to a human boy? I cannot lose while holding the Master's sword." When Light and his team hear this, they're shocked. They ask Kito if he knows the Master. Kito says he not only knows the Master, but has the Master's blood, and calls himself a Sub-Master. Light and others are amazed, since they came to the surface to find Masters. That's all for this part. If you enjoyed it, drop a comment for the next part, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.